Hey everyone, I'm Alex, former Google Tech Lead. In this channel, I want to help you get prepared for coding interviews and land jobs for software engineers. So let's dive right into the problem. So today, the problem we are looking into is called the two-sum, which is the first question on Leetcode. This problem has been asked by a lot of the companies, the big name companies like Google, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, blah blah blah. And you can see from it that this is a really important question. So let's read the question here. The problem, which is that you are given an array of integers, nums, and an integer target. They want you to return the indexes of two numbers such that they can add up to the target. So let's take a look at the example here. We are given an array of 2, 7, 11, and 15, and the target is 9. And the output of this input is 0, which is the index of 2, and index 1, which is the index of 7. In which that these two numbers can add up to 9. And we don't have to look at the example 2 and 3. We can now think about how we can solve this problem. So it is very naturally that there is a solution called the brute force. So basically speaking, the brute force solution is that we want to get every pair of the combination in this array and to check if they can add up to the target. Let's try it here. So here is the first loop. And here goes the inner loop. And here we got all the combination, and what we want here is to add them together and test it whether if it is equal to the target. And if it is equal to the target, we want to return the result. The result is required as the index. And here is the solution of the brute force. We can have a run. Wrong answer. So here we have the duplication of the index. So yeah, here we got the correct answer of all the example. And we can submit to be running. So we got the correct result here, but the time consumption is pretty high. Let's analyze the reason of the time consumption here. So since we are using two levels of the loops, what we have for the time complexity is actually the n square. And so let's think about whether there are more optimal solutions for this problem. So here we got the brute force solution, and let's talk about the solution 2, which is that we call the hash map solution. So let's go through how the hash map solution be implemented. So first of all, we define a map. So the definition of this map is that the key is the value of the element in the array. and the value is the index. And now we are going a for loop through the array. And now we can access the value of the array. So here, if the target minus element, this value is being found in the hash map, which means that the result has been found, and we can return the result. And if the element is not found, we will put the value and the key into the map. The key is the element, and the value would be the index. So let's take a run here. And the result seems to be pretty good, and we submit to check the result. It only takes 2 milliseconds and beat almost all of the solutions here. So this is the 2 solutions to the 2 sum questions. Subscribe this channel if you want to learn more Leetcode problems and want to get tips of coding interviews. Thank you, bye.